Hello and welcome back to the table, folks. Welcome back to another round of Dungeons and Dragons with the party known as the Undecided. Today, one dwarf short, but the rest of us is here. And oh, I heard some audio feedback on that one. What happened there? That was weird.
It's fine.
Never mind, everybody is still here. Oh no. Why are I just had like weird audio, but okay, but everything's fine. Internet is here. Oh my god, it's starting again. Right
no,
at the
internet
beginning.
was gone.
Okay, but it's back.
The DM is hearing voices again, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Branwolf catching us up last session. What happened to you as you ventured into the Azure Sea chasing after Blackwater's parents who have been taken by the Rebellion Empire, trying to find them? You got ambushed by a ship which was part of the Scarlet Brotherhood.
Aye, and to put it short, because that's not in remembrance of Freon, who's not with us today, but to keep things short, another short person, the one and only Captain Blackwater, helped us on board. First, we kind of more or less commandeered the ship of the Scarlet Brotherhood, which had been following us. Thought that we might lose against them, but with the help of Freon's magic, we were able to more or less slip into the mind of one Captain Barnabas, if I remember correctly. And Barnabas the Cruel was no match in a Scarlet Brotherhood parlay. Very important. We have to say this. A Scarlet Brotherhood parlay. He was no match for the gutsy, wild-mannered, and ice-cold reactions of our once-known Captain Blackwater, who shot him point-blank in the brain and more or less took over the ship now. And so now we have Captain Flesky, finally captain again, back on a ship of his own, which used to be the
Cork.
Yes, the Sea Cork, he called it. And since our captain has two ships now, that makes him an admiral. So now we have Admiral Blackwater, Captain Flesky, and at the moment, two ships in the
fleet.
Probably slowly building fleet of the Undecided.
It's called, what was it? The Fleet of the Indecision, I believe.
Yeah, the Fleet of the Indecision.
Something like that. Yeah,
we left some of the I believe our good first mate the
first mate.
Oh, the first mate. No, he's captain now. But who's our
Quartermaster Fudge?
Our Quartermaster Fudge.
He's still with you.
He remained with us, but we
Gruchuk, Mortlock.
Yeah, we said goodbye to a lot of NPCs who are now on board of the Sea Cork. So Gruchuk and I think Fritz is over there with them, and a whole bunch of us. So we're back now into our own happy little troop.
And just to reiterate our current plans, because both the Sea Cork and the Indecision kind of split ways. The Indecision is gonna go where are the plans? We are gonna go on the way to Horgrim's gate, as far as I know, trying to figure out where the witch grasp took my parents, and
because you're unsure of where the witch grasp is heading.
We lost them now with this battle. But we're trying to catch up with them, and if we don't find them, we'll look for them in Horgrim's gate. And if that doesn't work out, we'll just meet up with the Sea Cork at some port at the Skilfing lands.
Aye.
And that's it.
And so before we continue on, Branwell, please check your audio settings on Discord, because I think your
Oh,
headset isn't set as the speaker, but it's
Yes,
actually still
yes.
coming from the laptop. We're
Exactly.
getting
one
some
moment.
feedback
Okay.
there. But yeah, so while you guys have split ways and you see the Sea Cork slowly starting repairs and slowly drifting away as you continue your way northeast, I believe. Let me get over the map for you guys here of the Azure Sea. So this is where you currently are, shortly before the Foglands. That's where this battle has happened. And you do see creeping up the front, the front of you, that there's definitely this thick wall of fog slowly coming into view and towards you. You got probably about another hour or two until you actually breach that and officially enter the Foglands. So yeah, as the party of the Undecided aboard the Indecision, what do you want to do?
Is Tiala still like a dolphin or something like that?
I think she
I
was a
think
big
I
ass
was
snake.
a snake, yeah.
Yeah. But you must have come back to the ship, I'm guessing, since you're leaving. I think you changed back for the meeting, no? Or something?
Well,
Well, after killing the captain, I hope so, because I think it was slowly breaking the ship.
no, I think I'm still a snake and I'm just,
But you're on board of the Indecision.
yeah.
Slithered your way over to the ship, all right. The ship is
But
creaking very heavily in water and
no,
also slowing it down a little bit.
no, I'm just like basically not like lying on one spot, but like all over the ship,
Okay.
so that the weight is like
Yeah, but you do still
not
feel
on one spot.
that probably there is something very heavy aboard this ship.
Ah,
and
come on.
it ain't the cargo.
Are you
And
able
it
to
ain't me.
swim as the snake?
Mm-hmm. I can also check stuff out.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can't remember exactly what the plan was, but I believe we wanted to use both Tara and Tiala to kind of navigate us through the foglands,
All right.
I think.
For this is first check, is it better now? Listening and reacting, not getting any feedback
I
because
think so. I mean, I don't hear
changed
myself
it.
anymore when I talk.
Okay,
Yeah, so it should be
Yeah.
fine.
I changed that a bit.
As
Okay,
long as you hear us through your headset and
I
not
hear
the
you.
laptop,
Yes, I hear.
then
I heard you
it's fine.
before, but I think it was just the setting was
All
still
right.
set to the other mic. Okay, that's too much info.
So yeah, you do get closer to this wall of this wall of fog that's
It's a
slowly
wog.
rolling
It's a wog.
towards you, and it just stretches endlessly, looking northward and southward as you're starting to breach it. And let me think about what time of day was it the fight? I can't remember. There was some rain that started to brew in slightly, and I would say the sun is, let's say, it's starting to rise.
Okay.
Clearing the day basically has passed, and you're now on the brink, on the dawn of a new day,
Mm-hmm.
as you are entering the foglands. And
Does
you
this
do,
mean
yeah.
does this mean we can sleep?
If you want to, you can take a long rest. Yes.
I
I
mean,
would like to take a long rest
Yeah.
because I have nothing left.
All right, then go ahead and you all take a long rest.
Yeah.
If you do the tasks of, distant perception, holding watch in the crow's nest to somebody
Yeah.
else, you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
enough
Yeah, we
deckhands for
should have
that.
a deckhand now.
actually, I
We
wanted to
all-
ask
we-
about that. How many people do we have on board, excluding the Indecision? Like,
Yeah,
us as a
let
group?
me quickly update this.
That is
Where is
critical
our?
information.
That is true. Now I
That-
just need to find.
That's something that we need to do once we land somewhere. We need to.
So here's the Endurance, and I've marked the crew up here as well. You had You had 15 men aboard, I believe. And the other thing
Yeah,
was...
something like that.
No, actually, it was 15 was the morale. I think it was 17 people aboard. So I would say probably altogether it's maybe 7 people less if Lesky took a couple of guys with him. So let's just go for around 10. You have
So-
10 deckhands currently,
Yeah.
including Fudge. And who is there still left?
But we
Which-
took some guys from the other boat,
Yeah,
didn't we?
Bruschuk was extra, so he's on. So he can't see he's extra, so we can plus minus him. We
Mhm.
took some of the other
I'm
pirates.
guessing, yeah, if you basically just switch it out a bit, then let's
more
just
or less.
go
So we're probably.
with you're at 15
I think so. Yeah, 15
of a
should
crew
be,
right now.
15 should be okay. That's
15 crew members. The morale after fighting has also gone up a bit after succeeding.
We got a damn ship, so I would hope so.
yeah, and we plundered everything on board. I don't even know what it was, but we got enough food and everything else.
But yeah, so bringing you back to the Azure Sea. Sorry for all these map changes here. Yeah, you're now currently rolling in. The rain is starting to pour now. It's getting pretty heavy, pretty stormy. The waves are a little bit rougher, which makes it this weird feeling because the waves are getting rough and you're entering this land of fog and you can't see more than maybe 3 or 5 meters off the boat. You just see waves to the sides of the ship at this point.
So this is where we depend on, I guess, Tiala and, if possible, Tara, if the fog isn't too high up.
I would say, well, the thing is, like, if I remember correctly, it's like 100 feet for Tara, and
Yep.
Freon tries to send her up, but this area, she flies up, loses connection, and comes back, and just like communicates to him that, like, if he wants to remain with her actively, there's still just too much fog above, beyond.
So I guess it's all up to Tiala.
I guess it's up to Tiala. Either sea snake it or shark it or whatever's best for you.
I mean, she will know what the best option.
And how do you? What's the plan? How do you want to like signal the ship or something? Before you had like a kind of, you set up a chain of you being in the water, signaling to a lookout, and they would then basically, if they perceived everything correctly, transfer all the information to the helmsman accordingly.
Branwolf, you're still a bosun, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're probably busy repairing the ship from the fight.
That's what I was about to ask. Yeah, are you like repairing?
I'm repairing. I'm using all the time I can to repair.
Yep.
And then once everyone else is rested, because I can repair and kind of look out at the same time.
I think we have enough crew members.
We probably have things. Yeah. So I'm repairing. While Tiala is resting, and then after she's done, I'd take a long rest and just kind of use my uptime for repairing the ship.
Yeah, and I think we'll do something similar. I can have Fudge at the helm, and I'll just communicate with Tiala.
All right. So Branwolf, can you give me for the day before? Because you're using your carpenter's tools.
Yes.
Make a. Blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, the bosun can make a strength check using carpenter's tools.
Okay.
So go ahead and do that for me, please.
Strength is +7. Oh, that's a good one. 19 +7 is 26. I add the 7 of my strength to the die, so it's 26.
26. All right. Then go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Okay, d6. And that is a 4.
A 4. Good. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. The quality score. Okay. So currently that's 6, and you have a crew of. It's not like the morale itself on the screen was at 17, which is basically, I'm trying to do this as a timeline. It's basically a 0 in the middle and 7 plus. So it's going to be 6 plus 7. That's going to give you 13 hit points to each damaged part of the ship.
Okay.
So our captain will have to note that down.
Yeah.
I think our Groovy just died. Let me get him. Craig, sorry, not Groovy. Where's that damn Craig? There we go. Getting him back. All right, so yeah, so you can note down to pass that on to the captain or whoever's taking hit points for the ship. You get 13 hit points back to each single implement, like your sails, your whatever, your hull and everything.
Yeah.
Blackwater, you
Yes.
can add 13 hit points to each implement of the ship.
Beautiful.
After Brandwolf's.
There are some that don't have any damage. Is it possible to kind of like focus on specific
You can
ones?
also focus, basically.
Yeah.
So you can just carry that over.
Sorry, how much was it per?
13 per.
Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna manage it. We're gonna focus on the sails and mainly sails and a bit on the hull, if possible.
Okay.
And make it beautiful.
Make it beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's what Bramble does on this day.
Do a new paint job on it too. Give it the rainbow colors.
So Tiala, you make a survival check for me as you're trying to have a look out within the fog lands for anything that might become a problem, and also Blackwater, you make a perception roll for me.
Absolutely.
To try and take the hints that she might give you.
Oh, well, I'm turning into a dolphin, so I think I can kinda speak. Or at least do noises.
Yeah.
Which might be helpful.
Oh, what did you roll?
22.
22, okay.
4.
All right. So, Tiala, you go down below, and you definitely... is there anything specific you made out? Any kind of, like, safe words or things that mean something? Or is it just you're trying to indicate certain directions the ship should be going?
I feel like if we need to change direction, I would go to the side we need to move to and do like dolphin noises.
Okay.
And if there's like danger ahead, I think dolphins can make like a really high screeching sound or something that signals danger. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you go ahead and you slowly try and you swim below the ship for a while heading down, and it's deep water. But you do see there's like some crag tips here and there that somehow seem to come up from the depths, and you see the water's definitely darker to the left side, and you're trying to kind of use that a little bit in this murky darkness to orientate yourself to not go anywhere where the ground would be sinking even lower of the ocean floor. But you kind of come back up and splash and do your signals. Blackwater, you at this point, you look outward. There's like a school of dolphins to your right. There's a school of dolphins to the left. And you're suddenly not sure anymore which...
No, I know exactly
which particular one Tiala is.
He's the most
or if
beautiful
she's
one.
too far off, but you definitely focus on these first few dolphins splashing around. And they
flip a
kind of
coin,
give you
just-
mixed signals.
Can I flip
All
a
right,
coin
it-
to decide which side to go to?
Tiala's the pink one.
It lands on tails.
Oh yeah, could I have done that? Like be a pink dolphin or something?
Pink dolphin, yeah.
I don't
Glow-
think so. You
glow
can
in the dark?
only... You can only... I don't... What does it say? It says, about appearance of an animal in the spell. Maybe it says something in there. But for
I
now,
don't think so.
But for
I
now,
think
let's
the
assume you're just a normal dolphin.
You could even be an albino dolphin, a white one or something. That
Yeah, and
would
you see
recognize you.
Fudge is kind of on the helm, shouting forward to you. So, Admiral, what direction are we heading? Are we keeping our course?
Let's head a bit towards starboard. A bit is...
All right.
don't know how much though. They speak in angles, or what the hell do they do?
They speak in angles. So yeah, for the first day that this kind of goes on, you do make pretty good progress with the rain and the wind that's going. You definitely feel the sails are full of wind. You're not sure in which direction you're heading, because even the compasses start, like, looking at compasses, they are slowly like spinning around and doing weird stuff. And you're not quite sure, but you get the sense that within the foglands, certain machinery just goes crazy at times, and that's why other ships have maybe become lost. You're not sure if it's some sort of like magical source or something else. But yeah, the day comes to a close. It gets dark, and it's a weird sensation being at night, still like this thick fog all around you. Branwolf, you can do another bosun check, like another strength check, and add your proficiency bonus with your carpentry tools.
15 plus 7 is 22, and that's a 5.
A 5. All right.
Nice.
So you will have a total of 12 hit points per implement to repair,
Okay.
which you can add. Yes, Tiala.
Can I also like look for other creatures in the water, like bigger fish and stuff, and for example, killer whales?
Yeah, make a perception check for me.
Admiral, did you write that down? Those 12 points that we
12?
have now?
Is it
Yeah, we
12,
got 12
per?
I think so. I think it's
What
I
it
repair.
says, yeah, if you look in the boson thing, it says on a 15 or higher, each damaged component regains hit points equal to 1d6 plus the crew's score. A component other than the hull that has 0 hit points becomes functional again. Yeah. So it says each. I'm not sure if that goes for all or not. I would say just add them to the things that are damaged and done.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be probably the ideal way to go about
okay.
this.
Well, you can do it that way.
So yeah,
2
Tiala,
days
but the
more,
day
we should
ends. Are
have
you
it.
spending like a? Are you coming back up to rest? Are you spending another spell and pushing on through the night, or?
I can just do it twice for 3 hours, then I need a short rest.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
But this is
go.
How long does it go? The beast shape?
3 hours. And I
So
can do it twice.
Okay, so you did it twice now, and it's
So 6
night now,
hours.
basically.
I feel like I would do it like...
I would probably, you would do it twice, then you can do a short rest, then you can do it twice again. That would get you in like a good 12 hours, but it's now becoming night. And so the question is, are you going to rest, or are you going to push on?
Rest. And
Okay.
I would rest. And I also rolled a 23 on my perception check.
Yeah, we're going to use that in the morning then.
Okay.
For the next one. But you need a total of 4 charges if you want to keep on doing this for a whole day, basically.
Do we all have enough rations to get through our evening meal and then before
you
we
have
head
enough
to bed?
on the ship, yeah.
Okay.
I would like to, before I go to rest, I have an action called Draw a Map, and I would like to do that. Because apparently it helps when we get lost.
Oh, you've lost the captain title because there's like an admiral thing now, and I don't.
So?
No, I don't have an admiral. So you still have your captain thing. So that was outside of combat. Draw a map. The ship's captain often undertakes this activity, producing a map that records the ship's progress and helps the crew get back on course if they get lost. No ability check is required.
That's the best part. I don't have to
All
roll.
right, so.
And so the admiral is just a title. He doesn't get anything extra for
The admiral is.
Good. I mean,
yeah.
Sounds good.
You spend the day taking into account what the crew, what Tiala, and also the environment gives you when you drop this map of the Foglands. You get the sense that you're probably already halfway through. You're probably still a week or so, less than a week, maybe away from reaching the Rebellion shoreline. But you are dangerously close to the Domhind Trench as well.
Right, maybe we
And
should.
you have not seen any sign of ships so far.
Yeah,
Any
that's
other
fine.
ships?
Well, it's not to be expected within the first few weeks,
Okay.
I'd say.
Did Tiala see anything? Because we're going to look in the morning because because looking for killer whales and things, we also remembered somehow spotted something large moving, and we weren't too sure if that was a ship or if it was a shadow
yeah, that
of
was
a beast.
the animals, like the fishes, a bit
Oh, okay.
back. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
all the
fishes, that
fishes. Yeah,
was the
they said
information they
something.
passed on.
Yeah, they said there's something large, and we don't know if that was a shadow of a ship that they meant or it was something large in the water, I think, that they meant.
Okay. So, but the rest of the day then comes to a close and all of you sleep,
Mhm.
I'm assuming.
It-
Tiala, during your meditation, something strikes your mind, something that you're getting a certain vibe. You're not exactly sure of the source, but you're getting the certain vibe that the natural area, like also reflecting around what you've been experiencing as a dolphin the past day, uh, holding out like an eye on different things. You're getting the sense that the area, the wildlife, the environment here, these waters, something is disturbing them. Something seems off balance almost in nature's balance of these waters in particular. You're not quite sure how far they this basically this effect lasts, but something must have happened recently because you're seeing like it's just little signs of there are fish and races of, well, you're not like you haven't grown up in like a maritime environment, but you know a thing or two about certain fish and where they live. And you saw a few where you didn't think that they might even come this far up to the surface or also this far south. And also there are like you were looking for fish. You don't see any sharks, for example. You haven't come across any of them. Not many. And there's like certain types that are missing or that are either present where they shouldn't be. So something seems off. And this suddenly hits you in while you're meditating, reflecting on the days past and your experience with this. But yeah, the morning comes and the fog is as thick as ever.
Hmm.
The rain has still, like, it's still raining. There's still some, you're guessing, and this is also very weird with the wind going on and the heavy rain you've experienced the past day. The fog is not moving per se. It seems to be stationary, and also the wind, the rain is now like slowed down to just this pitter patter of a few drops here and there. But the deckhands are very at ease and so not being soaked compared to the days before.
Well, I think I should continue with my repairs and stuff, and
Yeah.
All right.
Do you report
We do
that
this. We
thing
do
with
this at the end of the day.
yeah.
the thing you learned during your meditation, Tiala? Do you report that or?
Yeah,
So what do you say?
I feel like something's off here. The animals are not behaving like they should. I feel like something's disturbing them. Maybe the big creature the fish told me about before has something to do with it,
Yeah, there are.
but I don't know.
As far as I remember, there are some rumors about a larger creature living in the Domhind Trench. And yeah, wouldn't surprise me if they just run away from that.
I remember before we even took to the sea, I remember talking with Freon about a creature, be it a sea dragon, kraken, or something, which was to be rumored. I think Flesk even told us the rumors of that of a being in the Revelia Sea.
Also,
And-
the guy from Saltmarsh that worked for Anders, Scaran Wave Chaser, he told you about the story that he got his scar from a fight
That's
that
true.
happened during a Kraken attack.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, we'll have to keep our eyes peeled. Not much we can do against it.
Well,
if
we can.
if it attacks.
Yeah, we can keep away from the Domain Trench by heading
Yeah,
slightly
well,
southwards, and just avoiding it from there on.
Yeah, I wouldn't head to it itself. So, but first we have to get out of this fog. So,
Yeah, I think we can just like proceed as we did, and
Yeah.
maybe not head northwards as much as we did before.
yeah. So,
All right.
Yaga, you want to be a little white dolphin that we can remember, see who you are?
Did I ever see a white dolphin?
I don't know.
You didn't
That's
see a
true.
white one, just normal ones?
We can
Because the beast shape is limited to a beast
What you
I
ever
saw.
see? Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably saw normal dolphins, but
we can tie something like a nice
last
little bow around your fin.
Last
That's
time
nice.
you turned into a shark when you was scouting. And
Mhm.
since there are no sharks,
Oh.
maybe
But
that would be an idea.
I feel like the dolphin can communicate more.
Yeah, it's
That's why I
better.
chose the dolphin.
Yeah.
That's true.
Put it this way, you're probably
Shark
the
just
only.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you're probably the only dolphin that's gonna probably be going swimming back like in the Flipper movies and going or
I
something
mean,
like
you can
that.
also just
Yeah.
tie something around me. That would be fine.
Okay. I find the nicest bow and tie it around.
All right. And Tiala, you make a survival
Tiala.
check, and Blackwater, you make your perception check with advantage, since you
What
know
happened
what
to
to hold your eye out for.
what happened to my perception check
Yeah, that
earlier?
was for looking for
Any
just
new
creatures in
creatures?
general, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You don't find too many in these morning hours, but you do have a brief encounter while scouting ahead, and it suddenly puts you off. There's something large moving beneath you, and you see that it looks to be like a large manta ray that suddenly, and you're also scared because this should not be this far up here, and it immediately comes up but then darts back down after getting closer to the ship, recognizing the shape of something being there, you're assuming, and it darts back down into the darkness below.
Big ray.
Oh boy, it's not good.
Manta.
So yeah, what was your survival check?
15.
15, okay.
Like super bad.
And Blackwater?
15. Like super
15. Even with advantage.
good. Yes.
Yeah, but easy enough. This time around, you know what to look for. You keep an eye on Tiala. You kind of shout a few orders back to Fudge, who gladly obeys. And by the time the day ends, you suddenly see the front starting to become more clear. The fog slowly dissipates, and you are now officially at the other side, at the edge of the foglands again. The crew's morale seems to go up as well, and they kind of shake each other's hands and also nod towards you, Blackwater, for steering them through so safely. As the day
How are
ends,
repairs coming?
yeah, Branwolf was about to say, go ahead and do another roll. I mean, what's the status? How are repairs coming?
Yeah, well,
what shall we focus on?
How much are we missing?
The sails are basically done. Just need one more round of repairs. The hull might need like 2 rounds and should be good.
Let's see. Oh,
Depending on how you roll.
Yeah, it wasn't that good this time. It was only an 11. Plus 7 is 18.
That's still enough.
And
So
you
what's
need
your
a
D6?
Oh, but the 6 thing was good. It was a 6.
All right,
The
plus
6
7,
was
that's
good.
13 hit points.
There you go.
Beautiful. The sails
There
are
you
perfectly
go.
repaired, and we're just
Alright.
Just
missing
put the
one.
rest onto the hull.
Yeah, everything
Okay.
else to the roll.
All
Hull.
right.
Okay, then I'm gonna tell that to my men and say, "Great job, men! Dish out the grog for yourselves. Bring out the fiddle. Remember Flesky's tunes. Let's have a little bit of
A
a
night of celebration.
celebration here
Yeah, most of
because
the crew is because they're already starting to get a bit weary of like these couple days of travel, still probably like a week or less away from the shoreline.
I try to give him my best speech and just tell him, the fog is gone, the sails are repaired. We just gotta need a coat of paint, and we're ready to hit out for more adventure. And things can only get better from now on, and that's why dish out the grog and make sure you get a biscuit or two more, and I'll sing you a tune.
I think who is currently the first mate on the ship?
I don't think we decided on one.
Because the first mate can actually use like his charisma. Oh no, it was Freon, I think.
Well,
Freon was the first
we
mate.
decided for Freon, yeah.
He can use his charisma to... Let's say Freon dishes out a first tune of his bardic inspiration, and he tries to raise the morale as the deckhands start drinking and celebrating. And you're getting the sense that it's not going to raise the morale level, but everyone's still having a good time. It's not a dud, but everyone's pretty happy that so far there haven't been any additional encounters. Everything is going good. We are on time. But you do notice that among the crew, all of you, they're starting to like ask questions, whisper about what are we looking out for? Are we supposed to spot ships and none have been spotted? And what's going on here? Do you really think we're gonna catch them? Things like that, basically.
No, of course not. That's the whole deal. God damn it. Alright, so if they do need an explanation, I can just like go quickly through the plan again. But it hasn't changed.
It hasn't changed.
No.
So still keep a lookout for any sails and head towards the direction of Horgrim's Gate. That was the order. Or at least the plan.
Yeah. That is exactly what we're doing, yes.
All right. So let me just go ahead and roll a few dice. Because you're now on a straight heading towards Horgrim's Gate. Let's see here. Nope. Ah, yes. Here we go.
The heavy dice that you're throwing sounds like it weighs 2 tons.
Ah, no.
The heavy dice of doom. This is your death.
Okay, so after about a couple of oh yeah, you're already here on the Azure Sea map. After a couple of more days on the sea, heading straight towards Horgrim's Gate, keeping away from the Domhind Trench as well. After a couple days, there's some commotion going on among the crew. There's like some group building, some shouts, and basically trying to make more of the situation. There's like 2 deckhands. One apparently they've been like playing some cards below deck, and one of them bet like what seems to be a family heirloom, but lost it in a hand of cards, while the other one, of course, says that he won it fair and square, and the other one says no, he was cheating. and that's basically sinking morale a little bit. You have the possibility to go about, and if you want to try and resolve this conflict, whoever wants to do so, it can either be the captain, the cook, or the first mate.
Oh. Oh, that ain't worth shit, I guess. No one listen to him. Okay.
Well, I would love to send in the first mate for it because he's very charismatic, but I'm
Yeah,
not sure
good
if he
idea.
would do that.
Yeah, Freon is more like he doesn't care. It's for them to settle it among themselves. If one does not have the means to bet, he shouldn't bet, and if he lost it fair and square.
Branulf,
in his
could you
eyes.
join
Yeah.
me in? I mean,
Yeah,
because you
I'll
have
join you.
a strong stature, and
Yeah.
that should help.
Yeah, and I also can more or less. I think I know how to resolve this.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do.
Is it okay if I take
think
my
I-
bows in DM, and
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah.
we approach
him
these two
resolve this?
fellas? Maybe
Yeah.
we
Alright.
even call them into the. What's
Yeah, I
that?
Oh,
think
call
that's the
them into
best.
the office?
Yeah,
Yes.
call them into. Well,
All right, hang on a
who
second.
do we have here?
Hang
Who do
on
we
one
have here?
second. I need to check my thingamajig here.
You want to do good cop, bad cop, or?
Yeah, no, I'm more or less. I'm just gonna buy it off the other guy and give the other one his heirloom back, and see how much the other one what's it worth. I'll just give him gold for it. But I wanna talk some sense
So yeah,
into them.
you see one is a kind of like skinny looking younger man who introduces himself as Sean,
Okay.
who's been with you since Saltmarsh. He hired onto the ship, more or less, and he was the one that lost the family heirloom in an honest hand of cards against a certain Baron who looks like a burly, big humanoid with a bushy beard, almost like a very good boatsman stature to himself.
Okay.
But yeah, he was the one, and he, of course, says, I won it fair and square. He shouldn't have put it down for betting.
What game were you playing?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Liar's
Dice.
No. What was the game again? I can't. Baldur's Bones.
No, but that's
Baldur's Bones.
That's
I
with
think that was
dice,
the
right?
one you played before.
Yeah.
Baldur's Bones with the bone dice. That was what they were playing.
Is it?
Okay.
Can I take a look at the bone dice? Just real quick. Your bone dice burn.
Sure.
Yeah.
He hands them over to you.
And let me have a look at the heirloom. I'll give it back to you.
Yeah, you see the heirloom looks like a little, almost like you would expect probably a ring or some piece of jewelry.
Yeah.
This just seems to be a small little, almost like a small little totem made of gold with some inlet stones in it. Not bigger than a thumb, perhaps.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, I would like to just wave my special dagger just near it just a bit and
all right.
See if anything happens.
The dagger does not flare up. Seems to be just a mundane piece of decorational object, perhaps.
I should
Baron, for how much did he enter this heirloom in? You were probably playing for gold. How much gold was this worth?
I put down 50, and he put down the heirloom. It looked kind of, as if it would match the price.
So, now, Sean, this is your family heirloom. Come on
sir.
now. Why would you offer up a family heirloom instead of borrowing money from one of your sailmates, or even why waste a gamble on a family heirloom?
Well, first of all, I've asked around and nobody was ready to lend me his or her pouch. And then again, I am one of the best Baldur's Bones players in all of Saltmarsh. I've never lost a hand.
Well,
you could have asked us as well.
Yeah, then I guess since
but he was cheating with his dice.
How was he cheating?
How
was he cheating?
Yeah. How was your
I don't know. He kept winning and winning, and something seemed off about it.
I want to
Oh,
try
well.
out the dice.
He's lucky.
Okay.
Okay, let the Admiral try the dice. In the meantime, Baron.
Roll 3d6s for me.
Yeah.
Wait, are you... You want to make sure that my d6s aren't cheating?
Yeah. Baron, do you want the captain really to check your dice?
He can go ahead and check the dice all he wants. I won that stuff fair and square.
You say you played fair and square.
I always do.
I'm asking you as your bosun. I'm taking off my spectacles.
The spectacles.
I'm looking you in the eye. This is the Skilfing barbarian now, the man who's taken you the many battles. You know, you wouldn't lie to me now, would you? Let me put my best intimidation roll on this one.
All right, make an intimidation check.
Yeah. I have to put my spectacles back on for that. one moment there, Baron. Intimidation. Oh, that's good. Plus 4.
So you want 3d6s?
Yeah, I got 18 as intimidation.
Oh, damn.
18.
Yeah, 14
He
plus 4.
He looks straightforward and unshaken and says, I guess I'm just a lucky man.
I believe you.
And the dice?
And the dice.
What did you roll?
1, 1, and a 5.
Seem ordinary enough to you?
Right.
Yeah, can I check how they roll? Like
You're
watching
swimming
them
in the
roll?
water, checking
Am I?
for beasts, aren't you?
I throw the
Well,
dice into the water.
this is you're not in the Foglands
No.
anymore, so I don't know
true,
what
yeah,
you're doing.
she doesn't have to.
Yeah,
anymore,
but
Probably on
wasn't
board.
it just the bosun and the captain?
I mean,
speaking.
she can join
I mean,
us.
sure, she can.
Yeah,
It's nothing
you can
against
make
I'm
a
like a little
perception check.
puppy, always
Yeah.
following.
Following around.
Yeah.
Yeah, make a perception check, Tiala.
Okay.
If you see anything odd about these dice.
That's a natural 1, but it would be a 10.
Okay. Can't see anything
Mm.
about the
Okay.
dice.
Okay. I want peace among my crew, and the admiral wants peace among his crew, and
I
so,
just want what's owed to me. I earned these fair and square.
Yeah, well, I'm believing you for DXP because and I want to be able to trust the man that I fight with when it comes
And the
down to
internet is
nitty
gone.
gritty. The internet is gone.
No.
Oh no! Who's gone?
Oh. Who's
Is he back? I see you. I see Ken. No, Ken's frozen.
Yeah, they're frozen. Well,
Ken's frozen.
that's a shame.
Okay, well,
Ah,
50 gold pieces. Shit. I have to see if I can get them down
I
to
mean, but
30.
we're. I thought we're still good on gold. Like, didn't we have over 2,000?
Yeah, we're great at gold, but I just I don't want these guys cheating each other.
You know what the issue is? You know, the potential issue is that if he gets free gold now, the rest of the crew might want some as well, and
That's true.
it might incite some issues. So
Then I'll fight him for it, or should I roll bones with him for it? Should I play against him for
how
it?
about
Double or nothing.
just flipping a
put the-
coin?
Yeah.
Just
Or
a
flipping
coin.
a coin.
Flip. Yeah, just a
You
coin.
know
flip.
what? I think that'll make him happy, and everybody, and no one should have problem with that. If I put up my gold, I said, you know what? Okay, we'll flip a coin for this. If you're heads or tails, if you win, I'll give you 100 gold pieces. Okay, for all you care. If not, you give back that heirloom, and everything is done. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would be
that
that's
should
it. So
work.
that way, it's a gamble for him to make even more
exactly.
for his
Yeah.
greed, and Sean will learn his lesson not to put up his family heirloom that way.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with 50 gold, but I don't know. It can cause bigger problems if we don't deal with it.
Yeah, I
properly.
know, but if this way, no one can say something because then they just say, hey, it's the bosun who gambled,
Exactly, it's
and
still a gamble.
it's
Yeah.
not. It's not.
No, it's
So
good.
are
I like
are
the
they
plan.
coming back?
They should be on their way.
Are they coming back? He is back.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello,
Yes.
hello, and welcome
It worked
back.
again. So, how did you resolve the situation?
We're in
Well, I
Reveille
said,
already.
yeah, we went to Reveilla.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
You're sitting on the throne
yeah,
again.
I'm on the throne, and we
Okay,
got
Tiala's
15
also
ships.
back.
Perfect.
15 ships, and
Oh, who got the heirloom?
no, we have more or less made up our mind that I'm telling what was his name, Bran? No,
We
Bern,
have
Baron.
Bern.
Yeah,
Yeah, Bern.
Baron.
Bern and
Until
Sean.
Baron, and more or less okay. We're gonna do a deal now. We're gonna flip a coin. We're gonna flip a coin, heads or tails. The admiral's gonna flip a coin. If it's heads, Baron, I'll give you 100 gold pieces. That's 50 for the heirloom, and 50 for wagering. And that's coming from my own pocket. This is not from the crew. This is from me, the bosun. This is from my hard-earned money. If it's tails, or whatever, if you say heads or tails, if you lose,
Mm-hmm.
you give him the heirloom, you shake over it, and things are taken care of. So either you can make even more,
Make a persuasion check.
either make more, or just say the hell with it. 18 plus persuasion 19.
Ooh, nice.
He kind of like looks at you and Sean.
I got the thing, the heirloom here, and the little bag of gold with 100 gold here.
Keep your heirloom then. Next time we hit port, I'm going to leave this ship and see if there's any other gamblers that can stay to their word. And he kind of like spits on the ground in front of Sean.
That's not the
Leaves
way that we
the
want things.
captain's cabin.
All right.
He doesn't want 100 gold pieces? Not even try?
He rolled a natural 20 on his inside. He's
Oh,
unable
you rolled
to.
for him.
I rolled for him, yeah. He is
Oh.
unable to sway from his path.
What an asshole.
Yep.
Okay. By the way, I don't
But-
like people spitting at me.
No, not at you, but at Sean. But Sean kind of like looks over to you
You
and
spit in
says,
the captain's cabin. You don't spit in the captain's cabin.
he kind of says, "Thank you for trying. I really appreciate this."
I kind of take him by the scruff of the neck. No more gambling with your family heirloom.
Aye.
By the way, I think I'm thinking to talk with the first mate if we shouldn't have gambling not allowed at all on the ship. But it's kind of
Might be dangerous. Yeah.
It might be dangerous. Yeah, the men want to do something. Okay, but I'm gonna have to keep a look on Baron. Don't like the way he's
I
acting.
mean, if he's leaving
The-
anyway, so
The crew's
Yeah.
morale after this is going to sink by 1. There we
I
go.
tried my best.
no, it was
What a,
good.
I
what
know,
a dick.
it's
He
fine.
probably has a bunch of dick friends too. Have to watch out we don't get a mutiny. Maybe I should slit his throat.
So, is there anything else you want to do on the
Yeah, I want to keel haul
on
Baron.
the on the remaining days at sea as you're slowly? But
Did we
surely-
finally finish up fixing everything? Probably.
Yeah,
Last 3 days. Okay.
there's like a few
So we're
days
fixed.
still ahead.
So we're fixed. And
Hey,
then, you know
Tiala's
what?
back. Yes,
And you know what?
Tiala.
And since Tiala's
Wait,
back. Hello,
Tiala?
Tiala.
What did you want to say?
I want to keep searching for killer whales.
Okay.
You just want to see one, so you can turn into one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know what? Since I already took off the 100 gold pieces, and maybe to get morale back up, how many people are we? We count us of the main
17?
crew.
15. 15.
Yeah, but
Currently-
take us away.
Yeah. Currently the deck, including like the deckhand sailors, including Fudge and all that, is 15 men and women.
15 men and
Aside
women.
You want to do
Aside from us.
a bone dice tournament or something?
No, I just
Oh,
wanna.
my
I don't know. I just wanna, give everybody, since I already spent it more or less. I already took it off my chart. I would just wanna, just like we split things which haven't been any adventuring. I don't know. Maybe
this is already, by the way, in the evening hours, so the sun is
yeah.
already setting.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe just
Some
dish
drinks.
out the grog, and while we're doing that, just this is the captain, or this is the admiral's way of saying thank you for holding through. You know, let's see, 15 4 within, then 15 30. That's 3 would be 34. 40 was 70. 5 should work out. 5 50. Yeah, 25. Okay, I'll keep 25. That's 75. So that's 5 each. I give 5 gold each. Yeah.
To the crew.
To the crew, yeah. The captain, more or less. I'm standing behind the captain, giving me these little pouches of gold with 5, and
Okay.
he's just behind the admiral. Sorry, and the admiral, more or less, just thank you for your service.
Yeah. This is on top of their usual
This is on
adventuring
top of
wage.
it, yeah,
salary.
because they have their salary, and this is for putting up the fight, staying true to us, and I'm gonna give Baron. I'll give Baron on myself because I want to give him a good look in the eye and says, "Hey, you really want to leave ship? You won't be getting bonuses like this if you stay with all the other dickweeds up in Revelia. But okay, here you go." Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he takes the pouch, looks at you, just nods and pockets it, and goes along.
That's all I
his
want.
work. Yep, the crew's morale goes back
Okay.
up.
Of
While
course it
you're all
does.
doing this, divvying this up, and people are like pouring out the grog, you suddenly hear a scream from the crow's nest above. Admiral! There's movement on the horizon! To the northeast!
East, northeast. What do you see?
Where are the maps?
A light in the distance!
Oh,
At the wait, at the end of the Domheim Trench?
No,
we're
it's
right.
far. You kind of like try and spot it out. Make a perception check, all of you.
We're near Revelia.
Well,
We're
yeah, but
close.
northeast is away from Revelia.
North? Was he north?
No,
No.
northeast.
No,
never
north.
mind. I'm.
No, northeast is
You're
right.
the best
right-
captain. Yes.
Yeah, northeast is right up in there. That could be a. That
The
could
other
be a
east.
tower.
God damn it.
Yeah, that could be a
The
tower.
other east.
Oh boy!
Oh man, I miss
boy,
having Flesky around to just nudge you people around.
Boy, I am glad he's not here. Holy shit. I
Oh,
would be
man.
I've got a
hearing from
good
him.
one today.
Worst kind of captain. You hear it far away from the ocean. The water carries it. The wind.
Worst kind of captain. I told you so. You fuck. And behind that, on kind of just like on the crest of the waves, you hear.
Fucked.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh man, I just hope nothing happens to those guys.
Of course they won't. It's all the DM's idea, so it should be. So 19.
19. Anybody
Yes.
else?
7.
7. All right.
I rolled a 1 again.
A 1.
Plus 9, so 10, but yeah.
Okay, you try and look like northeast in the direction, and you don't spot it at first, but then there's like some, what are they called? The
Lighthouses?
no,
Oh,
the
spyglasses.
things the spyglasses. Thank you.
Yes.
Some spyglasses are handed around, and people like try and make out. And with the help of the spyglass, you do see far off in the distance, to the northeast, just this little. It's like just a flicker of light, maybe clouds that are in the way or something. This flicker of light that, just flickers.
Could it be fire?
Civilization?
No, I'm thinking if something's burning, like
You
a city
do
or
see
something.
while looking at it, while the night is now currently falling, it kind of like gives off this little flash, and you see like that the speckle of light is not only light, but it has a coloration to it. It's almost a little bit greenish. That suddenly like flares up a bit and then goes down again, is barely visible.
It's a St. Elm's fire! Aye, oh, Lord of mercy, late St. Elm's fire! Be your britches!
And you see the person in the crow's nests just shouting on, "I've never seen anything like this, Admiral! This ain't a lantern or fire for sure. This is something else.
Here is hell a good soundtrack, whatever it is. It has to be really good. Well, look at the music, the great music. It's hey, look, it's the light, the green light.
The music is far too cheerful for this.
Oh, okay, well, I was saying,
Tiana,
it's beautiful.
Do you know if this is anything like magic related potentially?
Do I?
I don't.
Make an Arcana check.
I'll ask Frion as well because he's also.
Oh yeah, make it with advantage since Frion is helping you.
Yeah.
By the way, I want a copy of the music. I like it. Really, really great.
We need to look it up. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, please do. It's awesome. The one before that reminded me of my musical, which I did with Tom.
What, a
Castle.
3?
A 4.
21.
21.
Oh,
okay.
jeez.
But the first one was a 2.
You kind of focus and squint your elven eyes and try to like just pinpoint what this is. There's some familiarity to the way the light shines as it flickers and flares up in this greenish kind of light. You're suddenly reminded in the back of your head, you've seen this before.
Eldritch Blast.
You've spotted this on yet another voyage not too long ago.
Yeah, I remember something about green
Yeah,
lights.
what was green
And
lights?
suddenly, while you're like trying to comprehend what this is, the little light just flares up and there's just this huge, like kind of the whole sky suddenly, all of your faces and the ship are illuminated by this greenish flash.
Davy
Miles,
Jones.
probably hundreds of miles still off in the distance, the whole sky flares up and everything becomes dark again. And the light is gone.
I think actually Branwolf saw it in the night on the way
I
to
did.
Saltmarsh.
Yes, I remember that. Yes, I do remember seeing the green light, and I was wondering what it was, and I had
Obviously,
to.
Davy Jones.
Yeah, well, either that or like I don't know if
It wasn't on the way to Saltmarsh.
But where was it then?
It was on the way to Horgrim's Gate.
Ah, okay.
Way back when you met Flesky and he put you on his ship, his little sloop, and you made your way from Highlock to Horgrim's Gate. You saw a similar greenish light off in the distance shortly before you arrived in Horgrim's Gate.
Yeah. And I was wondering back then if Revelia had something in the stories. I think we even checked and made a history check, or somebody did, if they have something
think about
like
it again.
Yeah, it was if we had something like in our world the St. Elm's fire, which was always which was kind of like either a blessing or a curse. It always depended on the situation. When things would glow green, of course, this comes back to the polar lights and things like that.
Yeah.
But was Blackwater with us back then? No, so maybe he knows something about it. Also, he's like
Actually,
he has never seen anything like this before.
I have never
but
seen
maybe he
anything like
heard
that.
about something like this because
He's
he's
never
been
heard of
traveling
anything
the
like
seas.
this before.
How can a sailor not know
We don't have
something
party lights over at Saltmarsh, alright?
The only thing that faintly reminds you is that you've seen this similar flare of green light as you were traveling way back from Highlock to Horgrim's Gate. And you did, shortly after you've arrived and dealing with the whole refugee situation, asking them, there were some eyewitnesses about El Turel that had vanished in a flash of green light
I
as
was
hell
just
swallowed it
about
up.
to say,
Is
it
yeah.
back? Did something else vanish? What happened?
Maybe Horgrim's Gate is gone now.
Oh.
Oh my god!
That would be bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, what you do? The night is dark again. But you're definitely sure heading further northeast or probably be there in 2 or 3 days or so.
Yeah.
Travel
Should-
faster.
Yeah,
That's what
venture
we
on.
should do.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the bosun's special ability, which helps us travel faster. What was that? Let me check. I forgot what it was.
Turbo mode.
There is a.
There is a.
One moment. Information. No, we have to go. Here we are. Bosun. Bosun has actions of repair, forest, noticing threads. Oh, that's only in combat. Shit. Full speed ahead.
Yeah, same here.
That's hell. Yeah, same with the captain too, because I wasn't going to give him more speed. But does Tiala want to give us a little extra little wind push to make us faster?
Yeah, I can do that, but
Yeah.
like for 30 minutes
Well, put it
only.
this way, it'll probably save us maybe at least a few hours, or not even half a day. Or
Maximum.
I have no idea what the DM will say, but
I mean,
definitely an idea to get us going faster.
I think the important thing is that when we arrive, we should all be rested and not like have all our spell slots used up. That's the main priority. In case something's up.
But if we're like 2 days away, I can like waste some spell slots.
Okay.
All right.
And I don't think there's anything else we can do. Everything is repaired, but
We can help the crew.
So are you going to help for these last 2 days push the ship along with?
Yeah, we're gonna help push us to do whatever, help the crew. Do we have oars?
How long does your what are you using to?
I'm using the warding wind, and it's just 10 minutes.
And it is a cantrip or uses a?
No, it's a spell. It's a
Okay.
spell.
So you're gonna use that for one full day as often as you can, and then rest again.
Yeah, I can use it for 1 hour if I take all the spell slots.
I would say if you want to do this instead of 2 days, you'll probably get there in 1.5. So
And I do
during
this.
the day of the second day.
Yeah.
All right. So you use your wind spell to fully push and fill the sails with all the wind that you can muster and gather to push on the vessel. As the second day dawns, and let me bring you guys over to the world map of Revelia.
Can the crew help somehow? Do we have oars to bend our backs a little bit, get some movement going, or probably not? Probably not more than the wind can.
Let's just do it like this. Yeah, so you do in this as the first day dawns, a couple of hours in around noon, you would definitely over the course of the morning see the speckle of land of Revelia getting bigger and bigger on the horizon. Already as you like wake up on that day, you see it's there in the distance and you're getting closer, making your way there. And over the course of the next couple of hours, you make your way slowly but surely towards Horgrim's Gate.
Still there?
You get kind of closer. You see there's like several, because what you definitely can make out first, you see a big smoke column on the horizon around that area. And you look and you see like several sailors and deckhands that come up and try that kind of like climb up the side of the sails and try to like get a better look at things. And as you get closer, some of them just start to mutter about what's going on. One of them just says, "By the mothers," and you see something where Horgrim's Gate once was. There is just a huge crater. The whole bay area, you see parts, several splintered parts of docks, ships, that almost as you get closer see torn apart, but partly you don't know where the other half is. You see halves of them lying around, splintered bits and pieces of stonework. But all you see is this large crater, probably around 2 miles or something in size.
Damn.
You see embers burning around here and there, and just the smoke column rising above. And there's this extremely eerie silence as you slowly, almost stealthily, the ship slowly makes its way towards where the port of Horgrim's Gate once was. And there's not a single bird around to sing a song. All you hear is the crashing of the silent waves around the Indecision.
Are there any other ships or ships docked there, or rest of ships that we see? Or
You see rests
people.
of ships, more than enough.
Okay.
You see lots
Empire?
of broken ships. You see make a perception check.
Yeah, because I want to know if they're Imperial ships or if they're ships that's.
But we don't see the ship
that's
that
only-
Blackwater's family was taken in.
It's only a 12.
12.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is anybody gonna help him?
I
Looking around?
want Freon to send Tara around to see
Okay.
if the witch grasp is around or not.
Yeah.
Man, even Tara rolled shitty. Yeah, with Tara's help and also Brandwolf, both of you and also like all of the crew, they're just looking around at this chaos and almost like this sight of whatever has happened here, something unnatural. And they kind of also try to make out things. You see ships of all kinds, rebellion ships, colorless merchant ships, but all of these ships are basically just parts and shipwrecks floating in the water. You spot getting closer to where the crater begins, where you also get the sense that there must be some embers or fires maybe burning below the water surface, since there's like this kind of steam almost coming up, as if the earth that was in this area has been like heated up immensely for some reason. But you do spot, Tara spots this first further ahead. There is the rear end, the wreck of a large rebellion galleon, and you indeed spot, as you get closer, see the words witch grasp in the back. But it seems to be like broken in half and just kind of like floating partly in the side, partly almost looking like if this rear part was by some force maybe just shoved partly onto land, because it's like kind of sticking out there, partly submerged, partly outside.
Can
we
I?
get-
Sorry.
Yeah, close enough, yeah.
I want to talk to my shield.
Should I go in the water and check for survivors, maybe?
I would,
Or if there are no
yeah,
survivors?
I would love to send like the crew out. I would like to hit anchor
Can we
somewhere.
cast? Yeah. Can we cast anchor?
Cast anchor.
You
Send the crew
can
out
cast
to
anchor near basically the where the shore starts.
Yeah.
Once, because Horgrim's Gate there was no shore, but it was docks per se. But now it seems that whatever just ripped this thing away, this is just basically the shoreline is not sand, but just this pieces of clay, earth, dirt that have just pieces of them with rising steam in the midst.
I would like to send. Sorry, I would like to send out the crew to kind of like search for survivors and, if possible, like loot any, I don't know, Reveillan ship remains there are and stuff like that.
They all make their way and scuttle off after securing the ship. Some of them stay back just as guard.
I'm gonna head towards the maybe Breon and Tiala want to come along, and maybe you too, Blackhorn. I don't know. I want to head towards the rest of the witch grasp and see.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, any survivors, and especially or any bodies or something of that we might recognize.
For that, I would like to go
you
on
want
the
to
way
ask your
to.
shield.
No, first, I want to ask my shield on the way, but I want to walk towards the Vantrampur, wherever the Vantrampur's mansion was. I want to see if there is anything there.
It is from where you are currently. It's unable to make out like how the city looked before because it's just this, as if a ball was slammed into the earth and returned, and there's nothing left. There is no more city.
No underground
Just
passages
bits
as there
and
were
pieces.
before.
You do see what looks to be maybe like areas of maybe some sewage tunnels that kind of lead out to the area.
Okay.
But anything that might have been related to the city, there's just bits and pieces of destroyed rubble around the edge, but everything in between is just gone. Tiala, you said you're going to hop into the water and look for anything. Make a perception check for me.
Natural 20 plus 9.
All right.
Wow.
Are you in like animal form or something, or are you just like diving in your
Yeah, I
normal
was
human
thinking to turn into something animal-like that's able to walk on land, but also can maybe a snake, but like not as big as the constrictor snake, so I can swim and like
just a normal
travel
snake.
on land. Yeah, but
Right.
like a bigger normal snake, so I don't get eaten
The
or
first
something.
the first thing you notice as you touch the water, it is not burning hot, but it is hot, which is, or at least like warm to you, which is very unnerving for this being ocean water. You do slither around, and it takes a few moments, but then you suddenly see them. You see parts of human bodies. You don't see a single whole body, but just ripped apart shreds, limbs, upper bodies, a leg here and there. It's hard to make out anything more specific than that, but that
Could
is
I
what you
try
notice
to
underground.
find Blackwater's parents, like clothes or something that
You
I
don't
think
recognize any of the bodies that you've seen so far.
nothing looked
No,
halfling-like.
I was just saying, because it would be halfling bodies.
I wrote
No,
pretty high on perception.
no
Okay,
halflings.
Even if I take...
No, you didn't spot any halfling bodies so far.
Alright, that's
okay.
good.
I've jumped over, swam through the warm bath water, and I'm kind of trying to climb
Making your
into
way
the
towards the
wreckage.
witchgrasp's wreckage.
The wreckage of the witch grasp and see what I can
That's
find
also,
there.
yeah, where I wanted to search
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Make a perception check as well, Branwolf.
Yeah. Really shitty intercepting. Oh my god. What is it? Plus 0. Yeah, it's 13.
13. The first thing you notice as you like kind of make your way and enter this wreckage, you see singed wood, soot everywhere. Almost that, especially in the parts where the ship, where the half ends that might have been like ripped apart. You see, this is not like by some pure force, but it's almost all of it looks singed as if something maybe cut through it or similar. Also, here you see a couple of bodies that are ripped in half, or partly just single halves, more or less. You can't find other pieces that might fit or be somewhere else, but it's mainly, from the looks of what they're wearing, Rebellion soldiers. See Kingsman armor lying around, Rebellion tattered flags and colors, but no sign of any halflings or anything else that catches your eye.
There's no cabins left in the back or something to go through.
It seems that there was partly also some force that like shot out windows in the back. There's like a cabin, but just the sheer force of it has just like broken, and you see a couple pieces of furniture that have just been broken in part and just like lying around,
Okay. Well,
and has
then-
been exposed to the elements so far.
well, I'll head back to Blackwater and report that we
Um,
didn't find anything.
Yeah, can we see any mage hunters? Like dead ones?
Didn't spot anything, no. It was mostly just Kingsman regalia they were wearing.
Okay, so basically the mage hunters and Blackwater's parents are still missing.
Blackwater, you wanted to talk to your shield.
I
What do you want to say?
as oh great hidden lord, as you were present in your shield-like form when El Terrell disappeared, would you happen to know why the same happened to Horgrim's Gate? Do you sense anything? Do you know what's going on? Can you help us somehow?
Little one, all I sense is that now you have 2 reasons to visit me and set me free once and for all.
What do you mean by visit you?
Well, bringing me, as we talked about it before, to the plane of the hells and setting me free so I can grant you your wish in maybe now yet another goal. Finding your parents who don't seem to be in this here city from whence you stole me from.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it is time for both of us to return to the hells.
Fine. Thank you.
I shall await your arrival eagerly.
Oh, we're gonna
Before
go take us to hell, huh?
before yeah,
I'll go to hell.
how should we achieve this the most efficiently? Arriving at the 9 hells.
Oh, are you talking to the shield
The
still?
shield still, yeah. In hopes that he's still
There are several ways and means of interplanar travel. I'm sure you'll find a way. I'm very confident in your skills.
Little one. Little one.
And the shield falls silent.
I put it back. My back.
Strap it back on the back.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not sharing any of that, by the way.
Oh. Well, we come back and I share that I haven't found your parents and that the mage hunters are probably still somewhere, either with your parents or, but there's only death and destruction and everything is soot and burnt, and probably the men are probably not going to find much to loot because it's, and whatever it was, it just more or less really the way I see things, just made a big crater, burnt everything to crisp, and I'm not too sure from the stories that this is the same that happened to El Terrell, because El Terrell vanished. It never was said that El Terrell was destroyed and that there was fire and burned and things rest. It just was pop and it was gone.
Well,
So this is something different.
there's nothing.
I don't think so.
There's
Don't
nothing
think so?
that indicates that Horgrim's Gate wasn't just taken away as well, because El Terrell also was. It left a crater. That event left a crater, probably similar to this. I haven't seen El
Okay.
Terrell, but
Yeah.
You hear some shouts coming from further down the the
Shore?
shoreline, basically. And you see a couple of the sailors that kind of scream back, "Admiral, we found somebody!"
oh,
And they seem to be kind of like helping partially like leaning on a stick, this old, withered-looking, gray-maned man with big eyes, looking around the place and just muttering to himself. They slowly bring him like in your direction, but it's still a ways off.
I order someone to prepare some food.
Yeah, I go down and kind of help take him a piggyback and just pick him up and run up and throw it up to the admiral. Here you go.
Catch.
Kind of put him down at the admiral's feet.
Yeah,
there.
you see him immediately. He kind of like almost like reaching out with his fingers towards you, Blackwater. You see, while he has his eyes like ripped open, he looks almost as if he were blind, and he kind of like touches your face a little bit. He says, "Ah, a mortal walking amongst the ash."
We could say the same about you. Do you know what happened here?
The ground ripped open, and the heavens as well. Chains surrounding stone, dragging everything down into the dark depths. The horrors that walked the earth that night, I shall never forget, even though they took my eyesight. Who are you still walking among the living? Who of the mothers has blessed you, and why?
We are here by pure coincidence. We just arrived to the scene. We have not been affected by
There
this.
is no coincidence, young man. There is only fate, and the gods have shunned us this day, and it is now in our hands to reverse fate. This is but the sanction the gods have given us. The mortals living in sin, they have forsaken this world and are dragging everybody down into the pits of hell, leaving nothing but soot and blood and fire.
So it came from hell.
Yeah, it
Grandfather.
dragged down to hell.
It came from all of the hells themselves.
What do you mean
Horrors.
by reverting fate, by taking it in our hands? What can we do against this?
I'm sure that this could have been prevented long ago, and it can be reversed still, like everything can. I am but a mere prophet, walking these roads, blessed with survival, to recount what has happened. Oh, but I don't know if our world will ever return to the way it once was.
By what name do you go, prophet?
My name was taken long ago by the mortals, by the gods. Names mean nothing and they mean everything. Don't ever give your name to whom you don't know, otherwise they will hold all power over your very essence.
Wisdom of Twig.
Get him some
Names
some
of
food.
names of names. Don't give your name. No.
Get him some food, some water, some ale.
Yeah. Give him
He
some
kind of
food,
eagerly,
some
as soon as they bring him the water skin, he eagerly just like empties it completely and kind of washes his face a little bit.
Yeah.
You see
Give
like
him
the
some
soot
food.
and ash kind of just coming down on him.
Food and ale, and give him
And
a blanket and something.
Keeps murmuring and just like walking around a little bit. The gods have forsaken us. And if we turn our back on this world as they have, there is no more hope.
Yeah.
The fate of the world, our fate, lies in our own hands, in our own doing.
Okay. Just go and rest. We'll take it from here.
He just like keeps wandering around the area,
Yeah.
still murmuring to himself.
Well, let 'em
Oh,
murmur.
the gods!
Yeah.
That's profits for you, yeah.
We can keep him as long as he keeps quiet during the night. So.
5 minutes later, you just hear in the distance, "Ah!"
Oh, the gods!
This,
The
the
gods!
gods! You see him like kneeling down in the earth and soot, just crying out to the heavens. Mothers, why have you forsaken us?
All right. So
Well,
this
well, Blackwater looks like. I have no idea.
well,
You know probably more about hell. than we
Frion
do.
just says, well, this changes things.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, fuck.
So he can't really do anything here at X Horgrim's Gate.
No.
I think
and
what we can do for now is, since we've spent almost a month on water, I think we can rest a bit, have the crew rest a bit,
yeah.
and then head to the Skilfing lands and think about whatever happened here.
Yeah, meet up with the other ones.
Right.
And then, because the way I see things, if it really came from hell, then the only thing we can do, and how do we go to hell or something, and or do we want to go to hell? I don't know, because if
Well,
'cause that's
before
probably
before killing her, you did talk with Rhea Mantlemorn
Yes.
about ways to basically anything that there is to know about hell, and she did
yeah.
point you in the direction back to Candlekeep to seek somebody out there
That's
with
true.
a hang on, with a specific name that I
Elvira Safikas or
Yes,
something
there you
like
go.
Elvira
that.
Savikas,
All right, and
the
we're
supposed expert on all things the Nine Hells, which makes her
well,
home
we're
at Candlekeep.
we're close enough to Candlekeep. What is
Yeah,
it? A day's
it's on the
journey
way.
or something?
It's on the way, so.
So we head over there.
To answer your question, Branwolf, yes, we should go to hell
Candlekeep
because
is probably about 2 days of
Well,
travel, a little bit more.
I know
By
we talked
foot.
about I know we talked about not being able to kind of set land there somehow, but I think we'll be able to improvise something, even if we have to anchor somewhere on sea and just go by a rowboat or something.
Yeah, we'll see. We can probably get close enough to Candlekeep.
Yeah.
So, question is, are we going to do that with the skeleton crew, and that the rest of the crew? I mean, the problem is the crew doesn't have much to do here. We're going to have to get them
No. I'm not
Looking at
saying
the crew's morale is pretty bummed because
Yeah,
they were looking
because-
forward to a time on land,
yeah.
and they just noticed that most of them came from Horgrim's Gate.
Yeah,
That
probably.
their home,
Their family,
That's
their
why-
town
home
is currently gone.
My idea was to at least let them rest a bit here on land, let them mourn a bit, because that might help a bit. And as soon as everyone's ready, after a few days, we set sail to Candlekeep and then to the Skilfing lands.
That's a good idea. So
Actually, I'm not
resting
quite
up.
sure. I think I have to discuss this with the DM, but there's a spell called Animal Messenger, and I can send it to places I know. So would this mean I could send the animal to the ship?
To places you
I've
know.
been
To the sea
before.
cloak?
Yeah, as you've seen before. Yeah, to the sea. Yeah.
Well,
Flesky?
Yeah.
I wouldn't like categorize the Sea Cork as a place, basically.
Yeah, but
It's
I
a
know
moving
the
vehicle.
route they would take and how far they should be by now, maybe, so I could pinpoint a place. maybe.
I wouldn't say that you know the exact route because it's like open water, and sure, I mean they're gonna go from one direction to the other, but they could be anywhere in between those things. So I wouldn't say that that's possible. You would be able to send it to any like place on land that you might have been. That's like the thing that it
Yeah.
says that you know. So
No, that
basically,
I've been to.
that you've been to. Okay, there's like tons of places that you've been to.
Yeah, but nothing helpful.
Well, that depends on
Have you
what
been
your
to Candlekeep?
definition of helpful is.
Would I know elves who could send messages to somebody at sea without knowing them?
Well, think back to your previous journey. Is there any NPC you might have encountered?
Who could message? I don't know.
So we're not talking about the boat now. So not
You're
none of
talking
the.
about somebody who can like cast a message spell, for example. Is that what you're talking about? Or
Yeah, but they have to know the person they are casting
ah,
to, so that's
okay.
the problem with the message spell.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Then probably not. I mean, I
Oh.
can't think of somebody. I don't know if you can think of somebody.
No.
Oh.
Then I don't think so, sadly.
Then
Is
I
there
think
something like I don't know, doves or something that you can send, or
There's
ravens,
like
or
ravens, yeah.
yeah, you could send
Ravens
Raven,
that are
but
basically, I mean, you still have somewhere in your inventory a raven that Anders Solmor gave you that once you send it off, it'll fly it right back to him to Saltmarsh.
what was
But
this good for?
because you wanted to, once you send it back from a location, it'll know that location and it could like go back and forth between these two. So that's why he gave you this cage with a raven. But
yeah,
you're
Ah,
on another continent now,
yeah.
and no raven can make the journey probably all the
Here's a
way
magic Raven here.
over there.
I'm wearing it on my shirt. The magic Raven. Here it
Yeah, these
goes.
are basically trained ravens. That's how they
Yeah,
exchange messages. You have ravens from another town or
yeah.
city. You have like the Grey Mist Raven in Highlock, or the
Like Game
Horgrim's
of
Gate
like
Raven,
Game
and
of
they would
Thrones, where they send them back and forth all the time,
exactly.
like SMS.
And if you want to send a message back to
Mm,
Highlock, you would be sitting in Horgrim's Gate, taking the one that's trained to fly to Highlock and use that
yeah,
Raven. That's basically how the postage material system works
yeah,
without using magic
yeah.
in this world.
They don't have the Pony Express yet, so they have.
And of course, there's, certain messengers on foot and horse, of
Yeah,
course,
you
as
have
well.
horse messengers. Yeah.
And especially now in these times of war, lots of messages that are like not entrusted to ravens because they might be shot down and things, but messages of war that are being exchanged as well all across the land.
This really sounds something that Tom Schmidt could have written. It reminds me so much of our musical.
So yeah,
Castle.
what you guys doing?
Well, resting up, getting ready to collect the crew in a few days, probably, and then head to Candlekeep. But that's something which we can't do now. So now
right.
it's just
Well, how's the morale, and like how would the morale be if we stay here versus if we just depart now?
Well, you do get the sense that most of them roll an insight check. And since you're the admiral, do so with advantage to
there
see
you
how
go.
good you
Go,
know
yeah.
your crew,
Yeah.
how they're feeling, to try and read their mood.
What is it? Insight. Insight. Why is it always wisdom? You said with advantage, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Still bad. It's a 6.
A 6. hard to read. Some of them seem in a mournful mood. Some seem to be just like in a mood to just get away from here because they seem to on edge. So it's hard to really make out a certain kind of vibe as a whole. They seem to be torn partly. Some are just they just want to stop and
I'm gonna
think about
nudge.
Right.
I'm
new
gonna
life
nudge.
choices.
How? Okay.
I'm gonna nudge Freon and say, "Hey, first mate, ask who wants to leave, who wants to go, who wants
Ask
to
for a
stay."
vote. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do a vote. Have the first mate do a vote. We have the possibility to stay here, rest up, cry a little bit, get sooty and dirty, or take up the ship, head over the Candlekeep in one or 2 days, and probably find a port which is living, which has food and women and song and tavern and probably much more action for sailors than here.
You see one of them saying, "What about men?"
And
Oh,
as
there's
well.
a whole bunch of good-looking men there too, and sheep, and melons, and whatever you want to.
Yeah, you
Pigs.
can stop that. Thank you. Thank you, Brandon.
Before we get banned on Twitch.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially the melons.
yeah, Freon kind of like gets everybody together, and also with your help, kind of passes on that message. And most of them kind of are in agreement to just pack things up and leave from this horrible place. They want to get their minds set to something else, and they want to move on from here and see where the next leg of the journey takes them.
Okay, so let's do a head count. How many are coming along?
Well, either we all go or we all stay. We're not leaving any men behind, I would say.
All of them seem to be in unison about leaving. There's like a few that kind of like take a little while, but they're just like nudged and they say, "All right."
The melons.
Especially Bern is like the one who's like,
Lover.
but he also then decides to keep with the group.
Okay. Well then, get a
Tiana.
move on, you scurvy dogs. Lift the anchor. Get that
Yes,
sail hissed.
Tiala, you were about to say.
I have a few questions.
Okay, don't lift the anchor yet. Listen to the lady.
No, it's just for the DM. So,
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
Okay.
Yes.
first, how far can I see on a good day? Like
Depends
into
on
the
your.
sea?
What does the elven stat block say? Hang on.
No idea.
Elves. Elf. Where's the elf? Where's like races and stuff? There's something on that. Let
Seriously,
me.
there's something that says how far I
Of
can
course,
see.
the elf stats. Just Google it. So here we see there's something about there's like dark vision and things. Dark vision. You can see in dim light within 60 feet as if you were in bright light. I would say basically, I think I read this somewhere. On a good day, you can see. Is it like 1.5 miles or 1 mile or something to the
Healing of the
distance?
eyes of
Something
the
like
elves.
that. Like the normal, but it's the same as humans would basically see. There's nothing specific about the stats, I believe.
What?
Okay.
Well, elves get all kinds of advantage on stuff.
Yeah,
It's
but
fine.
elves do see better and much keener than humans. I mean, their eyesight is.
They're more perceptive of stuff.
Yeah.
That's why
Put
they
it
have
this way, yeah.
certain higher skill sets than a normal
Okay.
human.
Okay,
What do
so the second question would be, would our crew that's going to Greymist, is it?
Mhm.
Would they
Candlekeep, yeah. Oh, no,
go past Candlekeep or like the shoreline of this?
They wouldn't go like exactly to the shoreline, but if they're on the way to Grames, they will come in from the northern part of the Azure Sea, most likely. But if they want to have a stopover, they can stop over any time along the shore.
Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to ask is I've got a spell called Skywrite, and I can cause words to form as clouds,
Okay.
and the range is sight. So what
Okay.
I'm trying to ask is, could I like calculate the time that they should kind of pass the shoreline and beam come to the castle keep into the sky so they can see it?
We are here.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
make
Hey,
an
Flesky, come to
make
Candlekeep.
make a straight
stop.
intelligence check for me to see if your calculations would work out
Can
correctly.
I help? Because I'm very intelligent. I'm just not
You can
wise.
help with your nautical knowledge to kind of like help her to determine. And what do you want to do? You want to form what
Like,
word and where?
Flesky come to Candlekeep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
like over the ocean, as far as I can see, so they
Yeah.
maybe might see it. It's just for an hour, but I could do this like several times a day. So
Yeah. So you can
Yes.
like try
Hey,
it
Fritz.
and
Oh,
try
Fuck
it.
actually-
the Empire.
it's a ritual, so I can do it again and again and
Oh.
again
Do
and
it.
again.
Sit down 10 minutes and keep it up and then move
Beep,
on and then
beep.
do it again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, do an intelligence check for me.
You want to
I
meet up
would-
with them at Candlekeep? Is that it?
Yeah, because they don't have to go to Grey Mist, because that was just to search for your
Oh,
parents, but we know they are
that's-
not there, so that's completely useless then.
Or we can just say skip Grey Mist and just go to the Skilfing lands. Because
Yeah, but we can
Candlekeep
also-
does not have a port. That's the issue.
Then
Just-
come to the shore at
Well,
Candlekeep or something like
He
that.
did say to meet you. There's like somewhere along the Skilfing Lands shoreline, this village called, what was it, Sester Pike, I think, or
Something like
something, or Sester Hurst. I can't remember.
Yeah, then I write this. I've got 10 words. I think that it should fit in
basically-
there
Skip
somewhere.
Grey Mist. Done.
Yeah, and
10
basically
words,
he said he would meet up with you there,
Okay.
which is a bit north of Candlekeep.
Yeah,
Like
then let's do that.
another day's
Yeah.
day's
That's
travel.
Bring
Perfect,
north.
yeah.
ale.
Bring ale.
Yeah, bring
Meet
ale.
here. We're here.
Yeah, I rolled a 13, but I don't
Oh.
know if Blackwater wanted to help.
Wait a minute.
I
Yeah,
want
you
to
can-
help,
you can-
but
You're
Help her,
getting
so
help.
you roll
Getting
with
help.
advantage.
I roll
Tiana.
with advantage. Okay.
yes, please, because you don't want me to roll.
21.
There you go.
21. All right. You think you might be able to if you like go along. Currently, where you are, Horgrim's Gate, there's like another few like island outlets out there where Burgluck and other areas are. So you would like probably save it, but on your way to Candlekeep, you would try and form these cloud forms. And you're confident that hopefully, if they kind of go past, they might be able to see them. Might not be. It's hard to tell, but it's worth a try.
Exactly.
Amazing plan, by the way.
Very good, yes.
Very, very nice.
I'm just trying to communicate somehow.
Good, and we should get the crew back together, so
Yeah.
yeah, we shouldn't spend too much time snooping around Candlekeep either. This is just to get the crew morale up, get them happy and hunting, drinking, whoring, whatever, and us get our information, then head back up to the Skilfing lands. I'll be reunited with my people.
So
Don't
you're going to
get your hopes
head
up.
out with the indecision away from the crater that is Horgrim's Gate.
I,
Back out into the waves, heading
a
towards
little bit, yeah, towards
Candlekeep, keeping towards the shoreline.
Yes.
You ask like that?
Well, depends on what the admiral thinks. What's the best thing to do?
No,
As
that's...
you-
yeah. Definitely.
As you do so, as the poor old prophet kind of like looks back at you sailing away still muttering to himself, "The mothers have forsaken us. The
But if you
fate
want to
is
come
in your
along,
hands."
I mean, he doesn't have a choice, so.
And you guys sail away towards northwest Candlekeep. That's where we're going to end our session tonight. And we'll see what's going to be cooked
I
up.
was afraid that while you head towards Candlekeep, a gigantic, and then I said, okay. No, very good, very good. That's a good time.
Well, yeah,
Good
that's
time to stop.
you get if you like, don't follow plot lines and just, stuff happens.
What?
Characters.
Oh, the
You had
plotline
the
disappeared.
choice.
Like,
You had the
Horgrim's
choice
gate
to
is
go
gone.
to hell before, but nah.
Well, then
You wanted to
hell,
sail the seven seas, so
hell hath come back to us, and
We're
hell
gonna go to
claimed
hell.
one
hell
city
claim.
before. You might have
Yeah.
been able to prevent this one, but it claimed
Mhm.
Horgrim's gate as well.
I don't care about the cities. I care that my parents are in there. So
Yeah, that's
that's the big thing.
that's the main thing. I still don't know what we're gonna do when we find them. We hopefully find them, hope they're okay, and then what we're gonna do? Put them on a boat and hey, go home.
Take them back, encounter the Crimson Brotherhood, expand the fleet.
Expand the fleet.
Yeah.
Always expand the fleet.
Expand the fleet.
Well, I mean,
Expand.
Freon wants to go back anyway, doesn't he?
Yeah,
So
he still has something. I don't really want to go back. I finally want to get to meet up with my skill thing. I want to go to the test.
when is this giving party?
The skilfing party. I think that's. I believe it's once a year, and we'll make it sometime somehow. But I just want to get back up towards the land, and I just have a feeling that I'm being drawn back to the skilfing lands. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because the barbarian is getting old and he wants to see the mountains again. I don't know.
All right. Well, thank you
Well,
everybody for watching and
it was
listening.
fun. It was fun.
And we will continue next week, probably on Tuesday again, I hope. This our usual streaming date. And the episode will be up by come the weekend. And as always, it's free and helps us out a lot. Just leave a review on iTunes and share the podcast with somebody you like, somebody you know, somebody you play D&D with, or maybe you are DMing your own little D&D group. Show them how stupid players can be sometimes with this podcast.
Hey, what does that mean? What the hell?
And and then we'll continue
Wait, what?
next.
Wait,
what?
Also, how highly intelligent we sometimes can be. I mean, Tiala had a great idea there, and I must say.
Someone asked you because
We have
the
a
rest
few
of
of
us
our regulars here in chat as well. I see Crowark watching
Croark is there. All
Yeah.
right. All right. Big greeting, my friend
Big
Croark.
shout out there.
Yes, he said he was going to tune in.
All right,
Yes.
so see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in, and stay safe.
Yeah.
And we'll see where all of this goes.
We'll see you back in the seven seas.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.